Another example of a ridiculous cash grab is Austin Mcbroom of the Ace family. Basically just him.
Austin McDouche.
Yeah,
is his name, actually.
He is, as everyone knows, I think he's a douche waffle. He did this course. It was just so lazily put together. So he did one of like how I became a famous whatever, basically saying like how to become a famous YouTuber or how to become a millionaire via YouTuber, via whatever. So he did one like that was just so shitty. But the person who did one that was even shittier was Jake Paul. And it's so fucking funny. Like there's videos, there's videos of it. And he, for legal purposes, this is a joke, but it seems he's giving me big, like, I just snorted a line vibes in the video. And it's so like unprepared. And he's talking to the person behind the camera and he's like, oh, we're going. Okay. Hey, so this is how I blah, blah, blah. And it's like, why aren't y'all are monetizing off this, but why aren't you admitting how lucky you were? Like you say it's all hard work and this and that. And then you're charging people for shit that they could just Google, honestly, or just find free YouTube videos on. But then you're not admitting your luck. Like they act like, oh, it's all hard work and you'll be successful. And it's like, nah, dumbass. Like it's a lot of luck. Like I switched over to commentary at the perfect right time. And then I, not to sound cocky, but I, blew up. I got over 40,000 subscribers this year. And then, you blew up more as well with a certain topic, just like I did. So that's luck. And then hard work with that.
Who did I tell it to? I was training a guy today at work and I said, he's like, how do you do it? I'm like, I promise you this, man. It has nothing to do with you. It is luck. It is 100% luck. And then the rest is you bank on your personality and whatever else. If you like, it obviously takes content is king.
Yes.
But you can have I've seen some people out there with 1,000 subscribers and their content is 10 times better than most people's.
Yeah.
Okay. Your content is good, but if you hit the right thing at the right time and the right algorithm at YouTube, that's all it takes. I'm looking at Jake Paul here and how he dresses like a complete and utter moron. And I'm thinking to myself, this kid just got lucky. There's no other explanation because he's not funny. He's just a complete e-bag to everybody around his. You know the thing about Jake Paul, and we can talk all, we can bash him.
Tell me all about it.
And he's honestly in his heart, and he's a sad dude. This guy has no close friends because he's the type of person that all the buddies that were around him were only around him to either leech off him or to gain something from him. And he always played pranks on people. He's never serious. He might have like just stabbed people in the back 100 times, burned all his bridges. He is a lonely AF dude. This guy, and it's sad because all these people, all the money in the world, and I was thinking about this the other day about having money, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I don't think I would want to be a multi-millionaire. I don't think I want to have as much money as I would never be able to spend it all. I would absolutely be unhappy. You know where I got that from? You watch the end of Squid Game. I won't tell you how it ends.
I still haven't watched it.
It's just so good. There's a moment he's like, I have so much money and I was bored. I didn't know what to do. Like you when you have everything, you have nothing. I know it sounds like you have less stress in certain ways, but you also can't really have close friends when you're famous and rich. You can't do it. You cannot live a normal life.
Your circle gets very small for a reason.
They have so much money that they will literally, not the Austin Mcbroom shit. They're done. They're broke AF. Like I don't know how you have that much money and have that much of a platform and growth and you lose everything. How do you lose everything?
Yeah, well, it's like, for instance, like there's people who just are doing it fucking wrong, like them, and then there's people like Cody Ko and Casey Neistat and people like this, and Philip DeFranco, people who have invested into other companies, right? And who are doing, great sponsorships.
And the thing is they're not dumb. They actually, at beginnings, they do these things to, like what they have. Here's my conjecture. People approach them and they say, look, you guys have this huge thing. We have this idea. Let's make silly juice. Moldy, tastes like shit, but doesn't matter what it tastes like, right?
That's what my notes say, guys.
So moldy, it's a shitty product, and they don't care because they're using their name to sell a product, right? Yes. They don't care, but they don't get just like an ad read. They get the company, and they're like, okay, we want to build a company off that, and that's what a lot of rich people do, and it can be lucrative, but here's the problem. If you don't invest, like you said, like DeFranco and all these guys and Cody Ko, if I ever came into a lot of money, the first thing I'm doing is investing enough so that if I
you have control.
Kick the bucket, kick the bucket, I have control, I get canceled, whatever the case may be someday. It doesn't matter. I'm smart like that.
Yes.
And how does Austin Mcbroom and Catherine Mcbroom, who are uber effing wealthy, how do they not have the foresight to see their shit fall apart like that? That's incredibly, incredibly scary. And again, who is it hurting? kids.
And those kids are, and not, I mean, even if the kids were ugly, it would still be sad for them, but those kids are so beautiful.
I hope Jake Paul doesn't have any kids.
Oh my God.
I know that's controversial, but I think that people like Jake Paul should not have children until they're like out of the spotlight. Get away from this world, go get therapy, make yourself not who you are. Because again, maybe he's not who we see, but he is. So again, he's another guy that's probably going to fall apart. And they're so wealthy and the boxing thing's doing them well, and maybe they do have businesses. And I think Logan has his head on more than Jake does. And Logan probably supports his brother, like meaning like with like, here, do this, do this.
I don't think Austin and Catherine are the type of people that would invest in that type of stuff.
Well, they try to invest into things that they would get massive returns on instead of
they
just
are the face of, I feel like.
And then the makeup and all that stuff. And Jake Paul and them with the Team 10 course,